Hey, I'm back with another video, and I wanted to talk about actually owning and unlocking your abundance. I know a lot of people who talk about manifestations talk about how the one thing that we truly want, I think, is love and like financial stability and financial freedom, and those are the two biggest. I would say they're not the most difficult, but they are the most difficult because those are things we want the most. So we provide the most resistance to those things. If you don't see money physically, it's kind of hard to believe that money will literally fly out of thin air. And so I wrote a couple of notes about rushing and how rushing does sometimes distract you from actually understanding your destination and understanding your journey. And you will get to your journey, you will get to where you supposed to be, quote unquote, and you will get there prematurely, and sometimes that make the journey even longer because now you have to go backwards because darn, I actually hate it here. You got that job that you wanted so desperately because of the money, and now you realize that it actually didn't make you happy, but you thought that it would make you happy, but it really didn't. You're working more hours, or it just doesn't feel right to your spirit because it was something that you prematurely did and you didn't work with spirit and God to connect and see if this is something that was really in alignment with you, and you probably worked with your ego self to do it. I said sometimes we are in a rush to have life figured out, that we get to the destination and realize this is not the intended location. And I have done that so many times where I have rushed, but allowing myself to flow literally has brought abundance to me because it has provided me to stop worrying and me to actually see the other avenues and the ways in which I am abundant. Sometimes when it comes to money, though, it is difficult because they say that money cannot bring happiness. But it's like, if I'm broke, money will make me happier right now because it will make me free. I will be able to do the things that I am able to do. And we throw these like words out and these terms out, and we kind of don't like back them up because honestly, truly, if you grew up in poverty, if you grew up poor, or even if you had money troubles and money issues and things like that, even in your adulthood, it is challenging to just say, you know what, I am debt free and I'm able to pay and I'm able to do this and live in a state of abundance. But it's the smallest things. I was recently in the bathroom and I thought about like, oh, I need to replace my roll is getting low. And I thought about there was a time in my childhood where we had to buy roll by roll. And the fact that I buy the big pack with like 9 rolls in it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like toilet paper is abundant for me. Like that, having the ability to be abundant in having toilet paper, that's abundance. Like all of these things, and I felt this joy like come over me and this gratitude come over me because there was a time when I didn't get to see that as abundance. I'm like, man, we have to struggle to buy tissue. And all of these things are helping me to live in that state. And like I said, if that doesn't mean that my problems just naturally went away. That doesn't mean that times still aren't challenging and money is still not something that will come on my mind. But I like to ask myself, is there something I can control? If there is no possible way for me to pay that bill, there is no need for me to worry. I have no other option. But in that state of rest, in that state of understanding and allowing it to flow, I always realized then I was able to exhort other options. Then I was able to see the abundance in the world because I can call so and so and be like, oh, okay, is there a way that I can pay like half, or I can do like payment installments? And I just realized that people just want their money. Like that's it. Like people just want their money. They don't care. They don't really care how to get it. They just want their money. And so seeing that, I was like, wow, actually the world is always actually working for me if I choose to see it. If I choose to see all the other paths that have beauty and light, or I can keep choosing the same path that leaves me in the dark, but in my life in the dark. And I know that sometimes that is difficult to see when you hate your life, and I completely understand it. I completely get that. But honestly, truly, even there was a time that one day I remember I woke up and I literally had like $0 or my account was like negative, and I woke up and I felt so at peace. And I remember telling my mom, like, this is the first time I've ever felt peace in my life. Like, this what this feel like. This is the feeling I always want to have. I want to wake up and feel like this every day. And I was like, and it's crazy to me that I feel peace even though there's no money. Like, I'm like, I am negative in my bank account, and I don't know how my bills are going to get paid, but I just have this peace over me. And literally everything just shifted and worked out for me. Like, everything just aligned itself to work out for me. Money became like literally flowing. I would think of an amount and it would just like randomly just pop into my reality, like randomly in my bank account, randomly getting this, randomly doing this. And I would just be like, wow, that's crazy. But I didn't have the ability to worry about these things. I didn't have the ability to stress about these things. I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it right now. Stressing only makes me feel worse about the situation. So in order to still be happy about my life, I still have to keep it pushing. I still have to just be happy that I'm able to just be here and experience that there is still good out here in the world. So even if you are in a state right now where you're like, I don't see the abundance, I don't see how the money is going to flow, look at the small things. Are you truly free? Because a lot of us want the financial freedom. We want the ability to wake up and be like, I just want to do what it is that I truly love to do. And I feel like sometimes society pushes that freedom means that going to travel and to spend money and do these things, because of course, like, then I'm able to make money off of you if you choose to do that. But me, when I look at my life and I'm like, the freedom to like get up and have like record a video, I can paint if I want to, I can go out in nature if I want to, like I can do my yoga or meditations, or just be out in the world and just see beauty. That is a luxury for me. And that is doing the things that I like to do. Like, I want to go ride a bike because I like to do that. I have the ability to go ride a bike because I like to do that. I have the ability to go outside and breathe fresh air, go for a walk, go hiking, because I just like to do that. And I get to do that. So you have to change your outlook on what actually makes you happy. And once you realize what is it that really, really, really makes you happy, I promise you, you will start being able to see the abundance and stop worrying so much about when it's going to come. I know that happens all the time with me, and like attracting a like ideal partner and like ideal love, because that is something that I've never seen physically in my reality as like a thing for real, for real. And so that became something that was difficult. But then I started realizing like literally all the other forms of love. So instead of seeing a couple and being jealous that I'm seeing that couple, I was like, you're seeing love. I don't know why I always sneeze when I'm recording. I literally don't sneeze until I'm recording. Literally, I sneeze when I'm recording. I'm not going to sneeze no more today. I didn't sneeze no time before this. Literally, I have one sneeze a day, and that's when I'm recording. Every single time, faithfully. If you look at all my videos, if you do like a compilation of all my videos, literally, it's going to be me sneezing. Like, what? Why? Why am I randomly sneezing? Like, what does that even mean? Look up the spiritual meaning behind why do you... Do anybody else do that? Anything I'm making is spiritual. I'm like, why when one eye twitch, you have a deficiency. That does not mean that ancestors are talking to you. You need to go get that check. But it does. I do believe that it means that too. But no, go make sure you're getting your vitamins and your minerals. Don't just think that that's your ancestors. Your ancestors are telling you that you need to get some vitamin D, some vitamin B, especially if you got them eye twitches. Get some vitamin B in you. But yeah, I said always looking at the options, right? I'm trying to see like where I'm at. And I said there are an abundance of options for us. If you get out of victimhood and go looking for abundance, then you will like actually see it. Yesterday, as I was in the bathroom, that's what I talked about when I restocked my tissue and just remembering like my childhood and everything like that. I'm like going through the notes and trying to read it because I said some good stuff in here. Um, I was okay. So the last point was that literally, when you think about this, God, universe, whatever, always wants to provide for you. God literally always wants to provide for you. You have to know that, and you have to believe that there is not a thing that you are saying that God is like, I'm not trying to give that to you. You know, if you are working with spirit, your higher self, God is like, okay, you are in alignment. I want to give that to you. That is something that is truly in your heart. I want to give that to you. So whether that is more money, whether that is more love, whatever that is, God is like, you ask for that thing, it is in my word to give it to you. But you stop you from getting that because of, for one, your desperation, your need for it. Nobody likes a desperate person. Even God, like the universe, don't be desperate. You saying that you desperately need this is saying that you don't trust me to give it to you. You don't trust me to supply your needs, because if you desperately needed this, like, you're not dependent on me. You're dependent on that thing to suffice. No, you have me. So us having God, us being able to tap into that and know God, literally allows us the ability to have anything that we want in this world, anything that we desire in this world. But it's about understanding that we don't need anything. And that's the thing. You don't need nothing because you have everything. Literally, you have everything. So you don't need anything. But when you act like you need things, I don't want to get, because you're so desperate to get that, and that causes you to do other things to get that causes you to not act in the act of love and light because you're so desperate to get that thing. Why do you need love so much? Why do you need that relationship so much? Well, no, because I already gave that to you. I already provided you with all the love that you need. You want to see the physical, like, manifestation of that. Yes, and you can see the physical manifestation of that. But you have to understand that you are only getting the physical manifestation of that because it is something that was already in you. It is not something it is outside of you. That money is not what is going to make you happy, but the ability to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do is what is actually making you happy. Money is just the physical manifestation of what that may look like for you. So if I want to manifest something physically, I have to first create it in the spiritual realm. If I want the physical manifestation of the relationship that I always desired, I have to become and be that thing. I have to be that relationship. I have to create that in the spiritual world. That means catering to my spiritual needs of what love is. I want that relationship. What does that feel like spiritually? What does that feel like? I'm creating that in the spiritual realm. That is what it is to give it to yourself. You want love, you be loving to yourself because you are nourishing your spirit. So don't get so caught up in the physicalness of what it means to love yourself. So yeah, because I took myself on dates, because then you will manifest that in the physical realm. You won't manifest somebody who taps into emotions or caters to you spiritually and emotionally and mentally because you were so focused on the physical manifestation of that. Abundance is around you all the time. You have the ability to literally shift into that reality that shows you that gives you that. Only if you believe it and you trust. You have to trust God, and you have to have faith. And literally, faith is what you can't see. I know it's there. I trust it. I know it's there. And I know that I don't have to rush it. I can speak on a thing and I already know that it is already done because it literally is. So, whatever issue or whatever may be like really plaguing your mind, and it is like really like, you know what? Man, I don't see no other way. It's not for you to see. God is not us. Like, God is us, but God is not physical. And we should be thankful for that, because that means God can literally shift and do whatever to make that thing happen. So whatever thing it is that you're worried about, I know it may seem like there is no possible way for you to get the solution and it to work out in your favor. I want you to just really literally let it go and let God handle it. You have nothing to lose. Your body will try to fight you. Your body will, it may tense up. You may get anxiety. You may need to, whatever you got to do to get yourself in a state of happiness. For me, I like watching old cartoons or old shows because they just remind me of like a happy place, like childhood, and when like childhood was like at its good times, and like the shows was like good and we was like happy. Things that make me happy, foods that make me happy, catering to myself, meaning doing all the self-love things, making my herbs, listening to jazz while I'm doing it, or even if I'm just like literally in complete silence and just, you know, washing the dishes and just listening to water run, or just like having a moment of just reading a book and it's just silence and being able to be like, man, I'm so grateful, right? I'm peace and I'm calm. Whatever else is going on, if it's not in my control, I can't do anything about it. I give it to God and I trust that God has already handled it. The situation presented itself because God wanted to show me how awesome He is and how He already handled it. He wanted to test my faith, and I trust Him for this thing that I'm asking Him for, because it's already done. I have the faith. I already know. I spoke it and it shall be done. And it is so. So yeah. That is yeah. That is all that I'm making sure. That is all that I wanted to say. So I hope that this video helped you, because just having these thoughts really just helped me to really just even calm my body. As I was saying these things, it also like helped to calm me and relax me and say like, stop worrying about things and just let it go. Everything is working out for you, so don't think that it's not. Alrighty, well, I will see you in the next video. Be great, be love and light, alright? Bye.